What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you had a great weekend. Hope you all having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, um, Nina knew she messed up. When she saw Peter come up in that bar, she knew she messed up. She knew her whole plan wasn't working. She knew it. Um, so basically, we pretty much got confirmation that in some capacity, we don't know the full extent, but Peter is definitely working with Victor Cassadine. Definitely. Because he knew about the trap that Nina and Obrecht were trying to set for him in St. Lucia. He knew all about it. So him and Victor definitely are in cahoots. To what extent? I'm pretty sure it goes all the way up to Drew. I'm pretty sure Victor has his hands in that too, along with Peter. Um, because villains usually like to work together when they have a common goal. So it wouldn't shock me that they're working together, especially not only on the Obrecht situation, but on the Drew situation as well. Um, But Peter was not here for it. He knew she was setting him up, and he came back to seek vengeance. But first, he had some more business to tend to. He wanted Nina to call Valentine, put Valentine on speaker, and find out what Valentine and Anna have uncovered about Louise, about her whereabouts. So Nina called or whatever, and basically Valentine and them said they ain't got no new leads. Valentine was like, we ain't got nothing at this point. Um, so she started talking weird, like, giving basically she was giving Valentine clues, signaling him to let him know that she's in trouble. Valentine didn't pick up on it immediately. He didn't. But after a second, after thinking about it, he felt like the phone call was weird. Like he felt like Nina was off. So now that he went back and thought about it, he was like, "Oh, she was signaling me." I'm like, "Yeah, fool. She SOS. You don't know a SOS when you hear one? SOS. That's what she doing, fool. Get to her." Um, so they realized, yeah, we gotta go check on her because something ain't right. She in trouble. When Phyllis came up in there and went behind that counter and got that gun, I was yelling. I said, "Shoot his ass, Phyllis! Shoot his ass!" And even Nina told her, she was like, "Shoot him!" And here go Phyllis. "No, I'm not gonna risk your life." I said, Phyllis, shoot him, Phyllis. The hell with all the risk. Shoot him right now. We'll deal with the risk later. You know, I was mad because I'm like, what was the point of you picking up that gun if you ain't gonna shoot it? I was like, shoot it, because now y'all both in trouble now. Damn, now Valentine and Anna gotta come save both of y'all. Damn, and then there was two. Um, I was like, my whole philosophy is if you gonna pull a gun on somebody, shoot it. We ain't got time for the talk. We gotta shoot, because now Peter got both of y'all. Um, and Peter let them know, he was like, y'all not stepping foot out the TNO. He was like, I got you. You ain't stepping foot out this bar no more. I said, damn, Phyllis. You should have shot him when you had the chance. And she had a good headshot on him, too. She could have cleanly shot him in the head. I mean, granted, yeah, he could have shot. If she shot him, he could have shot Nina. That is true. He could have got one shot off. But, I mean, we don't know if it would have been fatal or not. I was like, Phyllis, take the shot, Phyllis. Lord, I was mad when she didn't do that. But she looked badass picking up that gun. I ain't gonna lie. She was like, I said, shoot, Phyllis, shoot. Um, but Nina is in some real trouble now. Now Phyllis is in it too. And I still feel bad for Phyllis because, that woman just lost her husband. And now she got to deal with Nina and her foolishness. On top of that, when this is all said and done and Phyllis find out the truth of what Nina been up to all this time, I hope she let her have it. I hope she do, because we know how Phyllis is by now. Like, Phyllis is known for like letting people, have it, like putting them in their place, letting them know when they're wrong. So hopefully she let loose on Nina. I hope she do. I really hope she do. Um, because I'd be happy if she did. So anyway, moving on from that. Nicholas needs to really stop being oblivious when it comes to his son and Esme. Because something ain't right with that girl, and he should know it. Like, he's sitting here trying to ask them questions and stuff about where they've been staying or where they been or whatever, where Esme been and stuff, like where she lived, where she from, all this stuff. And she was being evasive, and Spencer being evasive as well about his dealings. And I'm like, Nicholas, wake up and smell the Folgers. Like something ain't right with either one of them. Stop being obtuse about it. Um, like he just being all type of dumb. I'm like, Nicholas, you're not stupid. Like you can be, but you're not. Like we all know you're smart to an extent. Like your son is up to something, and so is his little girlfriend. Um, it was funny though when Valentine came over there to their table and stuff. I was thinking to myself like, Valentine, why are you walking up to their table starting mess? And Nicholas, he kind of hit below the belt. He was like, you ain't nothing but Helena's little cast off son. I was like, damn, that was funny, but it was below the belt. So of course Anna had to come over to try to diffuse the situation and get her man. I don't care, that's her man. She could deny it all she wanted, but Valentine, she want him. She had to come over because Valentine was looking like he was ready to fight. Once they started talking greasy about, him being a cast off and stuff, Valentine was ready to throw them hands. All you heard in the background was that Nuck If You Buck music. He was ready to whoop some ass for a second. And, Anna had to come and calm her man down real quick and was like, calm down, let's go, let's leave. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Anna. Get your man, back him up. So that way, y'all don't be up in there messing up Olivia and Carly's fine dining establishment. So anyway, Nicholas was asking Spencer basically, is he open to coming back home or whatever? And Spencer was like, yeah, he open to it. Um, I'm all fine. It's fine if Spencer wants to move back home, but I really hope Nicholas is not gonna allow Esme to move up in there too. Like no. I mean, I know it's a big home, it's a castle, it's a big ass house. But I don't care if it's me. I don't care how big my home is. That little witch wouldn't be staying with me. Absolutely not. Especially when you want to be evasive and I don't know nothing about you. Like I don't know who your mama is. I don't know who your daddy is. I don't know who your uncles are, your brothers. If you got siblings, like who your people are. Like he knows nothing about this girl. Her blood type. Like who are you? Like she just came out of thin air. You know what I mean? Like nobody knows you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be comfortable with her staying up in my house. I would tell if I was Nicholas, I'd tell Spencer straight up. You're feel free to come home, but your little girlfriend gonna have to book a motel room or something. She ain't staying up in here. Cause I don't trust that girl. She definitely screams like psychotic, but also that she has like an agenda. And I feel like her agenda is not just one thing. I think it's more than just one little particular thing or a person. She definitely has her eyes on that Cassadine prize. She want that money. People like that, they will definitely holler for that dollar. So if I was Nicholas, if he does allow her to come to the Windermere or whatever, you better check your valuables, keep track of them. You might find some silver missing. So anyway, moving on from that. Oh, and I'm so happy not Carly, Jocelyn confronted Spencer about him pretending to be Victor and stuff. I'm glad she gonna get on him about that foolishness. So anyway, speaking of Carly, I love that scene. I loved it. Her and Ava. I really did love that scene between her and Ava. Carly was definitely me in that conversation because I've been feeling that way for a while now. When she was basically like, so you're just going to let this stalker win? Like, you're not going to fight back against this stalker? Like, you just going to let this stalker run you out of town? That's how I've been feeling. Like, I get why Ava's doing it. She wants to protect her daughter. I get that. But as long as your daughter is living with Carly and essentially Jason, your daughter is fine. They're not going to let nothing happen to her. I would have fought back. The Ava I know, she would have fought back. She would have had that gun ready. She would have been looking for this stalker head on. She would have been on her Sidney Prescott stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like she would have been on it. From Scream. She would have been, facing this little stalker head on. She wouldn't have been running. And she would have been on her little Jennifer Love Hewitt stuff. Because if y'all watched I Know What You Did last summer, back in the day, then y'all know that scene that I'm talking about when Jennifer Love Hewitt was standing outside and she was like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? When she was talking about the killer. I was like, see, that's what Ava would have done. Ava would have been like, what are you waiting for? She would have stood right at the dock somewhere out in the open, ready for the stalker to reveal itself, himself, herself, whoever. She would have been waiting. I'm not used to this. Like, this version of Ava. I mean, I like her, letting her guard down a little bit, showing her vulnerabilities and stuff, but I need Ava to boss up real quick. Like, I need you to be the boss that I know that you are. Um but I did love her and Carly scene. They had that little heart to heart moment, and Carly was like, I'm gonna look after Avery. I liked it. She wished Carly and Jason well and stuff. Um, it was a good scene, even though we all know Carly and Ava will never be friends, and quite frankly, I don't expect them to be friends because it would be way out of character for Carly to even be friends with her, especially after the Morgan situation. So I don't, after everything that went down with them, I don't see them being friends, but cordial frenemies or whatever, I could see that. You know what I mean? Snarking each other out sometimes. I would enjoy that. You know what I mean? Besties, nah. Carly don't really have female friends though. We all know this. So anyway, moving on from that. I'm glad, Trina told Jocelyn about Spencer being Victor and stuff because she wishes that she would have, told Ava the truth about how Spencer really feels about her. But she was Trina was really into Spencer, until she found out he had a whole damn girlfriend that he never told her about. In my opinion, Trina need to keep her distance from him, honestly, because I was kind of feeling her and Spencer at first, thinking that there could be something, but after his shenanigans with Esme, I don't think Trina need to be around him. I don't. Like, I really don't. I feel like she too good for him. She too good for that mess. But if they do end up hooking up at some point, I mean, it would be good drama, but I would hate for her to keep getting hurt by him. You know what I mean? Like, Spencer has a lot of growing to do, and it doesn't help that he's a Cassadine. And you know how Cassadines think, like, crazy, nuttier than a fruitcake. Um, but I'm glad, she told Jocelyn about the whole Victor stuff. And, Jocelyn, she wasn't angry about it because Trina was really worried that she broke the, sisters before misters code, like, the whole girl code thing. But Joss wasn't tripping about it. She understood. Um, I just hope that, Trina just steers clear right now because Esme is nuts and you just don't want no parts of that, you know? And not Nicholas, Spencer has his head so far up Esme's behind. Hell, he know what she had for breakfast this morning just by sticking his head up there. You know what I mean? Like, his nose is so wide open for that girl right now. She's manipulative. She's crazy. Trina don't need that drama. Like, she got enough drama. So anyway, moving on from that. BLQ will never learn. Like, she just won't. She is still trying to push this agenda for Maxie to, get Austin to let his guard down by inviting him out and stuff, and now she done inviting him to the wedding. And you could tell, like, I really don't know for sure if he was buying what Maxie was saying. Like, I really don't, I don't know if he was or not. Because Austin has that poker face about him. It's like sometimes you can never really tell what he's thinking. Like, if he knows something or if he doesn't. You can never fully tell with him, but he just might. I wish that Ned and BLQ had some sense. I honestly I would expect this out of her, but Ned not really because it's like him being older. I feel like BLQ needs to just grow up and see this for what it is. You know what I mean? He wants a seat at the table because he's family. He's not trying to screw the family over as far as we know. But if you're not inviting to him and you're being rude to him and you're always trying to shut him out or being mad disrespectful, of course he's going to go against the family. Why would he side with y'all? Y'all haven't made him feel welcome. A couple of them, a few of them haven't. The smart thing for BLQ to do is to make nice with him. Because just in case a judge sides with him and he does get ELQ stock, make nice with him so that way he can vote in favor of the family. Even though even Michael admitted it that having Valentine as CEO is not a bad thing. But pimping Maxie out, I feel like she went too far. Because this feels like a pimp and a hoe situation. It really does. Like she just pimping Maxie out just to save BLQ. Like, BLQ really need to grow up. But Austin, he accepted the +1 invite to the wedding and stuff like that because we all know this wedding is gonna be some hot mess, and I'm looking forward to it actually because I want to see what's gonna go down. So anyway, this whole situation with Jordan felt like a farewell. It felt like a goodbye in a way because they're sending her off to some clinic, some specialty clinic out in Albany or whatever for treatments and stuff because she's having renal failure or whatever. Um, there was some damage to the one kidney that she has left, so she got to go for treatment for that. Um, and pretty much everybody was kind of felt like saying their goodbyes, and Jordan had called Mac or whatever to cover for her at the station and stuff. I hope that they're not I don't know if they're getting rid of the actress or recasting, or they're just getting rid of the character. I'm not sure. I hope not. Honestly, my issue with Jordan, I like the character, I like the actress. My issue is her being a police commissioner. I just feel like the way that they wrote her as a commissioner, it was just like a no for me. Um, but I do like the character, and I see a lot of potential with the character. It's a lot more they can do with her. If they, they want to go that route as far as putting her in a different career, maybe, or it's a lot they can do, especially with Sean being back and stuff like that. You never know what could happen with them two. Um, but I'm glad her and Portia had that conversation and stuff like that because she was basically telling Portia, whatever is still in your past that you haven't told Trina. She was like, whenever you do confess, the past mistakes and stuff that you made to Trina, she was pretty sure Trina was going to understand it. I think eventually Trina will, but it depends on how bad it is. Like, the longer she waits to tell her about her paternity and stuff like that, about her parentage, like who her dad is or the truth or whatever, the worse it's going to be. Like, Trina's going to be pissed. She's going to be upset. Do I think one day she'll get over it and be, accepting and understanding? Yeah, but it's going to take a lot of time. So I can understand why Portia's a little scared to tell her, but you need to tell her. Like, you've let this go on long enough. It's time to let her know. Um, but I did like the scenes though with Curtis and Jordan and stuff. And Jordan was like, if you call me or whatever to tell me some crazy story or whatever, she was like, I won't hang up on you. I like that. They're ending that on a good note between her and Curtis. You know what I'm saying? Um, Hopefully, like I said, it just felt very goodbye-ish to me, and I hope that's not the case. Like, I really hope that she's sticking around for a while, like that they're just sending her away for like maybe a small amount of time or whatever. That's what I'm hoping for, honestly, because I would hate for them to like totally just get rid of her. That would suck, like seriously suck. But I'm glad that TJ, Sean, and Molly, of course, were there for her and stuff like that. Just trying to get her to focus on her recovery so she can get better and get back. And honestly, I feel like TJ's gonna make one hell of a doctor. Like, he's definitely gonna make a great doctor and stuff. And he was trying to be in the room too when Austin wanted to talk to Jordan, but Jordan was like, "You're not my doctor." She was like, "I love you. You're a good doctor. You my son, but you need to get out the room right now because he's my doctor. You're not." But I think TJ definitely is gonna make a great doctor. I hope we see more storylines though with him and Molly, because I hate how they're being backburned. Like, they're the next generation of the show. You know what I'm saying? They're a part of that next generation. We need to see more of that. But anyway, this was a good episode though. I enjoyed it. A lot of fireworks coming up. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.